Before you click off this video, I just want to say, this series has been maddening, yes, because of the game itself, but also genuinely fun. Mainly because I'm recording this, editing the videos, and just sharing everything with you guys. But yeah, let's not hop into way too much details, and let's get right into the freaking video. Last time we left off by defeating Femboy Fishman. But yeah, it was one of the most difficult boss battles and one of the most great because I made strategies. I mastered the boss fight. That's why I think it was a great boss. But I did say that I had to refight this boss to get the Aqua Scepter. So I went back, refought him. First attempt, I got the wings. And these wings are considered to be one of the best in the entire game. And after killing this boss a couple more times, I didn't get the Aqua Scepter, but I did get the Razor Blade Typhoon, which I thought was enough to fight the next boss. And without doing anything else, I went back to the giant arena that I built to spawn Mecha Killer Fishes.
Killer fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am.
Usually, you have to fight these bosses separately, but in this seed, they are combined into one, and you have to fight them at the same time. Also, the worm part of this boss is way bigger and shoots way more lasers. And last but not least, it's a freaking
Killer fish.
Yeah, I did die, but it made me realize that I actually needed the Aqua Scepter because the Razor Blade Typhoon just wasn't doing it. It was good, but it's still not enough. So I went back, killed Fishron a couple more times, and I needed the Aqua Scepter specifically because when I spawned this boss in this arena, the worm segment, it gets clumped up, and I just go in, shoot it with the Aqua Scepter, and I just deal some amazing, incredible, piercing damage to the worm, and I kill it almost immediately. And I beat this boss on my second attempt, and I thought this was gonna be one of the harder bosses. I did get lucky, of course, but still, check this attempt out. Okay, again, easier than expected, but still, maybe I'm just way too good at this game that these bosses seem easy now, you know? I'm a professional now! I'm a freaking professional! Place down the 3 relics that I got from this boss. The loot got hollowed bars and the souls of these 3 bosses, and I used these materials to craft hollowed pickaxe axe, the Excalibur, good weapon, and the true Knight's Edge. I didn't craft the armor set because I was gonna use the newly obtained pickaxe axe to mine some chlorophyte. And while mining, I also went back to the jungle arena and made it a little bit larger for the next boss that I was gonna face. I used the chlorophyte that I mined to craft chlorophyte mage set. Went back to the jungle and decided to spawn the next boss. By breaking this bowl, you get to spawn Piranha Plantera. In this seed, main change is at the end of its tendrils spawn thorns, which deal basically 1 HP, but they're gonna one-shot me since I have only 1 HP. Another change is that in its second phase, it has a lot more tentacles. And last but not least, I genuinely hope that Nintendo doesn't sue me or take down this video just because I'm using the texture pack. But yeah, I did die, but the boss seemed extremely easy except for the second phase, which apparently she can walk on walls now. What? And just because of that thing that she did, she spawned thorns on me and killed me almost immediately. But to counteract that, there's a popular strategy with this boss, and it's making the Osagov Tunnel, which the family-friendly version is the Okagov Tunnel, which stands for Oh crap, oh god, oh frick tunnel. That's a great name if I do say so myself. So yeah, I made it, and after like a couple deaths, and one really close attempt, by the way, like it was kind of unfair that the boss did that. It like tentacled me. What? Without further ado, I would like for you to check this attempt out. Again, this boss was easier than I expected. Only a couple deaths and that's it. I am genuinely the master of Terraria now. I know how to play the game like a speedrunner. I know how to play the game like a freaking... like the Terraria god himself. But yeah, loot-wise, useless. Nothing of freaking interest to me. Although now, I've unlocked the opportunity to make better armor. And first I made Shroomite armor. It's a ranger set, and I specifically made the archer set, which, spoiler alert, I will not be using at all. I also found a great area in the hollow biome to farm enchanted lacewings, which, by killing them, you spawn the next boss. And I thought I didn't really need to prepare anymore. So I just went ahead and decided to fight the Empress of Dreams.
All this design that got me drip.
In the seed, the time between attacks is motherfucking low one now. Oh yeah, okay. In the seed. Also, you have to fight her during the daytime, which kinda useless because during the daytime she one-shots you, no matter how much HP you have, but I always have 1 HP, so it doesn't really matter to me. Also, she dripping. My girl looking like they're flipping.
What?
She looks super hot, and I think I'm gonna die. Which I did. I also died way too many times to realize that I still needed better armor, spectral armor to be exact. And to get that, I needed ectoplasm. So I went to the dungeon, killed some mobs, killed some freaking spirits, and these spirits dropped ectoplasm, which I used to craft spectral bars to craft spectral armor. And this was a game changer. I started seeing freaking results. I got to the second phase a lot more times. I also started using the unicorn mount. And after so many attempts, I started freaking gathering. I learned the boss's patterns. I learned how she shoots things, in what order she does everything, and what routes and paths I should take to dodge every single attack, and where I can deal as much damage as possible. If you want to learn how to perfect her, just pay attention. Pay attention. I'm sorry, and yeah, after mastering the boss, I would like for you to check this attempt out. Victory. 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 I feel proud of myself. This is one of my favorite bosses, and this is great boss design. There weren't any moments where I felt that this required luck. It was genuine skill, hard work, and memorization and focus, of course. Loot-wise, I got the Terra Prisma, which is one of the best summoner weapons in the game. It is insane, and it is beautiful. It is just beautiful. I also got the Starlight Rapier, which is also extremely beautiful, and most importantly, I got the Soaring Insignia, which gives me infinite wing flight. Great. So I just went ahead straight back to the jungle temple now. I teleported using the Rada Discord. I got myself some power cells from chests and killing enemies, and I used these power cells to spawn Miss Frizzle Golem in this seed. First is that the boss's size it's tiny as hell, man. It's a freaking cockroach or something. Also, the boss destroys torches and lowers your vision. And last but not least, Miss Frizzle is from the Magic School Bus. So this is like a big moment. Of course, as usual, I have to die the first attempt because it's funny and I'm kind of bad. I'm a master. We all make mistakes every now and again. But I died because the boss spams lasers like crazy. Just give me a break, man. Why is he shooting so much? Yeah, but for this boss, I just generally had to get better. So after like 1 or 2 attempts, I would like for you to watch this.
Victory! Victory!
I should become a singer, I think. But yeah, I beat the boss easily, of course. I mean, 3 attempts. It took me 3 attempts to kill it. Place down the relic as usual. My collection is now looking quite exquisite. And, loot-wise, useless. You know, wasn't really looking for anything from this boss. Basically, without even hesitating, I immediately teleported back to the dungeon, saw that the cultists spawned, and by killing them, I spawned in Proud Lunatic Cultist.
You know you gay and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
He gonna go gay with him.
In the seed, he has not been changed, to be honest, except for the fact that I turned him gay. Just like Femboy Fishron turned me gay. I gotta stop with that. Holy, I died not because of the boss, but because of a mob. So what I did was take down all of these platforms to prevent mob spawning, and also they're kind of useless now since I have infinite flight, and it was just gonna be way more convenient to fight this boss without these platforms getting in the way. And I gave him a couple more shots, and right after that, I want you to take gaze on this attempt. Finally killed the boss, and again, these guys, they just seem way too easy for me now. It's not fun being the strongest, you know? We can make a show out of that. But yeah, after killing the boss, of course, plays down the relic, got the ancient manipulator, which I'm gonna use later on. But after killing lunatic cultists, you spawn in 4 pillars in the world, and you have to kill all 4 of them before you can spawn the final boss of Terraria. But yeah, first pillar I had to kill was the vortex pillar, and there's a cheat strategy for this one. You just dig a 2-block wide hole, and the pillar just starts spawning insects on top of you, which can't even enter the hole for some reason, so you can just shoot them from this hole and farm enough enemies to break the shield and then kill the pillar itself. So I did that, got to the pillar, killed it, got myself vortex fragments, and I used the vortex fragments craft both vortex weapons, the vortex blaster and the vortex bow. Next pillar I decided to beat was the solar pillar. Unfortunately, there's not a cheese strategy for this one. I did just make an area and waited for mobs to spawn, and I just killed them when they did. Broke the shield, then went to the pillar, defeated it, got the fragments, crafted the solar flare and the daybreak. Both are incredible weapons, but the solar flare is amazing because you can hit mobs through walls with it. And next pillar was the stardust one. This one, there is like a cheese strategy, but it was hard to pull off in this seed since we're underground, and that is to blur out these orb enemies, which when killed split into 3. They just after some time turn back, and you can just farm them over and over again and multiply them until you break pillar shield. But after some time I broke the barrier, got to the pillar, killed it, got myself the fragments, and I crafted the only one weapon, which was the dragon set. I didn't craft the second one because it is horrible. It is such a bad weapon. If I see any of you use that weapon in a playthrough, I'm gonna respect that decision and just look at you and just watch you play the game and shit. But yeah, before tackling the last pillar, I also summoned the Pumpkin Moon event. And I did this because I needed to kill Morning Woods. Great joke, by the way. If you get it, you get it. And also, Terraria developers, if you need like even better jokes, contact me. I'm a comedian. Check out my videos. I'm a comedian. Yeah. But yeah, I was killing these trees because I needed the witch's broom mount, which is gonna be essential. You'll see later on, it's gonna be essential. Without further ado, I decided to go to the freaking final pillar, the nebula one. I had to enter the nebula pillar area to spawn a mob, lure it out, and kill it. And I had to do this multiple times until I destroyed the bear. And it was finicky, but in the end, I succeeded. Got to the pillar, killed it, got the fragments, and then I went to the skies and I was waiting for the impending doom. That impending doom was Saul Goodman, final boss of Terraria. In this seed, the only change that he got was after his laser attack, he spawns multiple boulders that shoot out in different directions. So you just have to hope that they don't hit you. You have to pray to RN Jesus, because it's RNG based. And also, did you know you have rights?
Constitution says you do.
That's a line from Saul Goodman himself. I think it's in the Breaking Bad movie. If you get it, you get it. I died, but I kind of want to admit something. I started cheating. Yes, but it's not the cheating that you would expect. All I did was duplicate the spawner for the final boss. Because, spoiler alert, I spent 10 hours and at least 200 attempts on this boss. You wanted me to beat the pillars every single time, beat the freaking cultist every single time. No! And also I did craft the Nebula Blaze, which is a great mage weapon overall. And it took me multiple deaths for me to realize that I had to go back to the Pumpkin Moon and kill Morning Woods until I got the witch's brew. And I had to spend like 1.5 hours farming for it. And I died so many times. As I said, at least 200 attempts were spent before I beat this mother fricker, this lawyer of a man. I learned so many things. I had to use my mana potions at specific times because you get mana sickness when you use a mana potion, and that lowers your magic damage by like 15 or 20% if I remember correct. I even got an attempt where I got to a second phase where his core opens up, and to beat the second phase, you just have to teleport as far away as possible. It's also better to open the map to see exactly where he is and keep him at a specific distance and just dodge his attacks up and down. But I died on this attempt because I got way too far and he just teleported on me and killed me. After all that suffering, the culmination of everything I had done in this game comes down to this.
The answers to swallow. Life is to gobble down the perfect killer. That truth is that you are the one being eaten. Don't need my answer to be written the book. Oh, I want to keep my thirst for what is worth. No use in passion, not oh. Get on the rock, get up to burn. Stand with the pride on me, the ways to make it.
Yes! Victory, guys! Victory! I am so happy. You can't imagine the happiness I felt when I beat this boss. So many hours spent, not only on this boss, but the entire playthrough. From King Slime to this Moonlord Saul Goodman wannabe. Everything I had done. The people that supported me through this entire playthrough. My friends that supported me. The happiness I gained. Not only from playing the game, but also making the videos themselves. It is a great feeling, and I am genuinely thankful. I love every single person that left a comment on my videos. And by the way, did you see? I got like a lot of views on my last video. Like, holy crap, man, what the hell happened? I think it was the clickbait, to be honest, and some people got upset, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just genuinely think it's fun. But yeah, thanks to everyone, and I hope you have the best freaking day of your lives.